Hey guys, HerbQuest here with some Iron Man progress. If you remember last video, I had a pretty brutal Deadman death that prematurely ended my season. Actually, looking back on it, it's not all that bad of a death. It was just that I unlocked a new moneymaker, grinded it out for like 6 hours, sold a bunch of stuff, had like a mill chilling in the GE trying to get some offers in, and then just in an instant, just finding out that that particular square is multi, didn't even have a tick to try and eat, just clanman moded right out of the game. But I might actually go back to Deadman mode. Season's still pretty young, but I'm going to leave it up to the comments. If Deadman mode content is something you'd like to see, please let me know. Otherwise, I can just get rank and be ready for the winter tournament. In the meantime, here's some clips of what I've been doing in Iron Man mode on the road to max progress. As many of you know, if you complete the Varrock Elite Diaries, it gives you the ability to claim 120 battle staves for 840k per day once every day at 12 p.m. UTC time, which by time it's like 8 p.m. So I've been stocking up on those every day, even during the tournaments. I'll log in and just buy the daily battle stabs. And if you guys remember my Alking to 100 mil time lapse from a long time ago, that was all battle stabs, same process. So what I'm doing here is I'm mining essence. I tried a bunch of various different ways of getting essence, and I think mining them is just the fastest way other than Zulra. I would go back to Zulra, but I kind of don't want to without the Ring of Suffering, and I've got to still camp out for my Zenite Shard before I do that, but I'm running out of money to keep buying my daily battle stabs, so I gotta do something to get working on those. And I have pretty much all of the nature runes that I need from that 100-hour Kurask time lapse I did a long time ago too, so I only really need to craft the cosmic runes in order to enchant all the air orbs, then just attach them all and alch them all, and shouldn't take too long. In fact, might even be at least ready to start alching near the time of like the last week of seasonals. At least that's what I aim for. It might be fun to go back to last week. It won't be too hard to catch up with the XP cap, so that option is most definitely there and looking kind of appealing. I do want to get these stabs done though. That's one of the main reasons why I was motivated to go back to Iron Man mode. And I think that day I was just kind of generally like depressed, kinda. I don't know. I think it was like some sort of seasonal thing. Just wasn't having a great day to start with, and then just that death like that, kind of tipped it to the rage quit point. And also these stabs, these have been stressing me out for a while. I have a whole bunch of extra orbs too, so that'll be nice to have some backups on that. Some of the recent updates, like the Fossil Island stuff, have really helped with keeping up with the whole battle staff grind. There's not really a good meta for passively gathering cosmic runes yet, though. So the best way is still to rune craft them, which is chill because, you know, it's skilling. Should get runes from rune crafting. But here's some live commentary. Hey guys, HerbQuest here with some live commentary. Just about to get level 92 rune crafting. It's been a while since I've done some rune crafting, and I modified my setup a little bit from the start. I'll show you guys what I got going on. I've got the crafting kit teleport straight to the bank. And I did the bank filler thing, so I can just hit deposit. Got a placeholder for my rune pouch, and that's how I recharge everything. I put all the runes for the contact NPC thing right in there. Trail on the space key, and it's done. I don't do that every inventory, just when my pouches are low, but figured I'd do it just for a demonstration. And switch to Legends Cave. It's just that easy. A lot better than going to Edgeville for the fairy ring there, a lot better than the Abyss. So that's how I do my rune crafting. See you guys in the next clip. Hey guys, HerbQuest here. I noticed somebody said hey to me when I was AFK getting a coffee. I apologize, FYR. I missed you talking to me. Yes, that is me in game. That's not an imposter me. So, hey, sorry I missed your message, bro. But while I got the recording on, I'm going to show off my progress so far. I've got like 16k in here. Cosmics plus that 48k, so I've got a little more than 60k. I'm still going to make some more because I remembered I have some more sand and some seaweed, and I believe, yes, I even have some giant seaweed from the new Fossil Island thing when I was killing the lobstrosities down there. So I'm going to test that out too. But first I'm going to finish up with the rest of these cosmic runes. I'm getting pretty close to done. I could call it done now, but I want to have some extras for my extra supplies because I have 22k orbs and only 17k stabs, but I want some extra air orbs for when I'm done so I have a head start for next time. Another thing that crossed my mind whilst I was doing all this rune crafting was how very small Xanaris is. I mean, it's supposed to be the moon of Gielinor, right? But it's like the size of the Lumbridge Draenor area. I mean, granted, that's a decently sized area, but it's underwhelmingly small. I mean, you come here as a noob and you explore this great new place, and it's like, wow, the moon. And then it's like 3 rooms big. I think they could fit a lot more stuff here, and I've seen a lot of like cool and interesting suggestions on Reddit and whatnot. And they, the mods have responded a few times with we don't know where to put content like that. There's not room on the map for it, and that's what they made Zaya for, and they want to fill in some things on Zaya with that. And I think they could expand some of the existing areas like the moon. I mean, that's a huge realm for a huge expansion potentially. Like there could be various islands or even oceans there because the moon on Xanaris isn't like our moon. It could be whatever, you know? We don't know if there's rivers there. I mean, our moon doesn't have rivers, but that's my dog sneezing in the background. But yeah, we could have rivers on the moon, maybe even a interesting type of canoe system. I mean, the plants and whatnot there have to be made of different things. There might even be some connection to Fossil Island because all the mushrooms on Fossil Island almost makes me wonder if there was a previous method of getting access to the moon other than merely fairy magic, because there's not mushrooms in very many places in RuneScape, just like the Gnome Territory, Fossil Island, and Xanaris. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. What could we put on the moon? Should there be rivers there? Should it represent our moon? Should it be a whole fairy kingdom? Because This seems like just a small fairy hideout, like one fairy city on a whole, planet just about. I mean, the moon's not really as big as a planet, but it's a pretty big place, or it should be. Like, I don't know. Well, maybe with scale theory, maybe it is that small, but with how the cosmic altar is, you could even expand space in general. I mean, what other planets are next to Galenor? But maybe we'll save that for like RuneScape 4. Oh, also, let's talk about scheduling real quick. If I end up doing more Deadman mode, that'll be after I at least dig into the battle staves. That is, get some cosmic runes made and get some of the actual air battle staves out so I can keep on buying the dailies. And then Deadman would be after that if the comments suggest that I do Deadman. And then following Deadman, I'll be doing the rest of the battle staves, and then it'll be road to max grind, but pause there before I get on the big grind for max stats. I want to finish that audiobook series. I have all the Zaya books on that other account. I have the preview for that out there. I've got the new intro. I actually didn't get a chance to edit that very much, but well, I edited it pretty heavily. It's unfinished. There's still a few more tweaks I want to make to the new intro for the Zaya books, but yeah, I want to do that too. So it's going to be a significant chunk of the battle staff grind up into the point where I start making them alchable and craftable. Then Deadman, potentially, depending on the feedback. Then finishing the battle staves, then the audiobooks. And then following the audiobooks, there'll probably be new content added to the game by then, and I might have to go and check that out. Like, for instance, they'll be coming out with that new lunar spell for the volcanic ash. I haven't had a chance to even stock up on the volcanic ash yet because I've been doing Deadman mode and I got the Wyvern Visage really early and I ended up grinding out fossils just to charge that up. So before that new spell comes out, I'd also like to get a significant amount of that ash so that I can actually use that spell effectively. So that's another goal I've got in mind too. Kind of like a back burner goal though, because I've got 99 farming. I don't think I'll race to have that ready by the time the update is out, but that is something on my mind as well. We have so much content in this game, it is unreal. But yeah, if you look at my PM there, you'll see Dark World Order has a new video up. Recommend you guys to check that out at some point. He's a pretty good YouTuber, friend of mine, good clan leader, leads Deadman mode sometimes, the Dark World Order clan. He's got a Discord and whatnot too. I don't really have a public Discord yet, just like one for personal use. We're talking to just a few people here and there. If you guys think I should open up a public Discord, let me know. I can consider doing that, but there's also the Facebook and the Twitter. But yeah, I think I'm going to prioritize max stats over all items. All items is something that I want at 1.2, but I think maxing is more important right now, and then I can just bulk up on just masses and masses of heavy duty supplies, so then I'll be able to grind out raids for all the items there, along with God Wars. I'm still missing the Armadillo Hilt for the whole God Sword set, along with all the Armadillo armor, the ACB, and BCP would be nice. I don't really care about the Bandos boots, although they said they might upgrade that too, but having all the items would be just nice to have in general, just a little trophy collection. And then the Dragon Warhammer is the one I'm dreading. I heard a rumor that they might nerf the Dragon Warhammer and buff the Bandos God Sword. And if they did that, then I wouldn't need to grind out for a Dragon Warhammer to go kill Corp. I could just use a BGS. I could probably just use the BGS as is. It'd just take a lot longer. And if I'm going to grind something out, I'd like to have the best in slot capabilities for it, unlock everything in a sort of order. I don't know. It makes sense to me at least. Some people might think otherwise. It depends on whether or not the gear is worth it for how long the grind's going to be. Something like Corp, I mean, if I want to get an Elysian Sigil, that's going to take a long, long time. So that's... Sorry about that. But yeah, an Elysian Sigil would take forever to get, so I figure it'd be more efficient in the long run to have like the max gear set up before doing that, even though it'll take forever to get the RNG for everything else. And also, if you notice the chat there, I'm posting a little recipe for homemade banana chocolate pancakes. If any of you are interested in that. Gluten-free as well if you get gluten-free oats. Not vegan though, because there's eggs in it. Another thing I've been eating a lot of lately is black beans and rice. Really healthy for you and very inexpensive, especially if you get like the dried beans. They're like 30 cents for a whole bag, if that even, depending on where you shop at. But yeah, that's a new thing in my diet, so figured I'd share that. And here's some more live commentary, where I think I've finished with crafting the cosmics I need for the current orbs I have. Alright, we're back with some live commentary. Put these in there, empty the rune pouch, and put these back as well, and we're up to 73k cosmics. I think that should be enough. Nice little meme number there. I'm gonna craft up this sand and seaweed and make a few more orbs before I get started on the enchantment grind to get the air orbs. See you guys with some sped up footage of that whole process. So starting out, first thing I did was head over to Varrock and relog to get my daily stabs once again. They're still stacking up as I do this, running really low on cash. And I just went over to V-West and I decided to test out the giant seaweed first to see how that went. And it went surprisingly well. I had to look up on the wiki what the proportions were for it. So scrolling down here, I noticed that it's a 18:3 ratio, 1:6, and this works so well you even get glass on the ground as you're doing it, which I thought was pretty OP. So I figured I'd make a little bit of a time lapse of that so you can see just how much glass stacks up. I started picking them up around the time there was a full inventory on the floor, and I kept on getting up to that many so often that I wasn't really worried about them being seen by anyone or anyone trying to steal my glass after there was an inventory on the floor, because it's just like 10 casts and you gotta spam click to pick up all the glass that's on the floor. It's so cool. I love it. And that's what I really like about coming back from Deadman mode. I get to experiment with the new content a little bit more and actually enjoy the game a bit. But I might go back to Deadman mode. One thing positive about Deadman mode in that regards is the newer content that they add that's for like more of the lower tiers, lower level stuff and medium level stuff. You get to really take advantage of that in Deadman mode and explore that at the sort of levels that it's meant to be at, which is also a pretty cool perk of that. So it's got its ups and its downs, but I think one of the main things that they need to do with Deadman mode is separate the solo players from the clan players to a better degree, because this whole deal with getting one hit standing in multi for 2 seconds, that's, I don't know, there's just something not RuneScapey about that. I mean, I guess that kind of style PKing goes all the way back to, 2005 with the JoJo lures and all that, but it's always been some kind of like no honor type PKing, I like 1v1s and death matches, and things like that, but I can see where it could be fun from their perspective as well, especially considering the key that they got. Although jokes on them though, because the majority of my wealth when they killed me was actually in the Grand Exchange, so that just got entirely removed from the game. But one fix I think might work is if they had different worlds for seasonals, like one world or one type of world being all singles everywhere, just single way combat with a longer PJ timer, and another world that's multi way everywhere. So if clans like their multi way style, then they can have their multi way style everywhere without any safety whatsoever. So it really will be a battle of the clans, no running to singles if you get caught out by a bigger clan. And yeah, I think that'd make it a little bit more fair than the other worlds, as long as you don't get like really big groups of clans just falling in on the person. Because when you have like 20 people fall in on the person you're fighting, you can't see what they're switching to. You can't see if they're shooting a crossbow or using a whip, and that's one thing that clans can do in singles to have an unfair clan advantage. But I think that might be just a graphical thing to override that and make sure that the person who's fighting you is always visible regardless of how many people are standing on top of you. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the bottom. If you think the Clanman mode, Deadman mode needs less clan influence. Uh, Let me know if you think that it's fine the way it is and I just need to avoid multi more or maybe even join a clan myself. I might be down to join a clan. I like chilling in my home clan chat though, Dank FC. I've been with these guys for so many years now, and I just can't like up and leave for a whole month to do Deadman. I did that once before and came back. Everyone missed me, but it's like my home CC. Can't just leave these guys behind. But after I finished up with the giant seaweed, which turned out really well, I ended up with around 6,000 molten glass. And here I'm most of the way through crafting it. You can watch those XP numbers rolling up in the top there. Almost up to that 360 mil mark. Won't be long. But also with the whole Deadman mode thing being overrun by clans, I've seen other solo players having like the same sort of problems that I've had, not necessarily the multi-lines. Most people know by now where not to stand. Just that one square. But there's other like unfair advantages that clans can have on solo players, even with the current mechanics, like with spec transfers, and like if you have to bank tank a clan, I mean, sure you can open up your bank and take out your food, and if you're good at one tick withdrawing everything, then yeah, great, you can stand there and bank tank a clan, but they're going to be freezing you and coming up with a full Granite Maul special attack or a Dark Bow special attack trying to catch you off guard like every third hit, and they'll just keep on trading off, and depending on what bank you're at, you might not even be able to get away, and they'll just, if you're a high rank, they'll camp there all day until they kill you. Like, somewhere like Castle Wars, you might be able to get away at, but if you get caught out on Zaya, you're basically screwed. Like, your only hope is if a larger clan comes through, which is very unlikely if you're a solo player. As for the whole 6 hour immunity, I think that was a good idea this season. However, I heard that it was straight doubled, like from 15% combat XP outside of the safe zones all the way up to 30%, which I think might be a little bit unnecessary, if that's true, that is, because 30% or 30 times, rather, not 30%, 30 times normal XP rate. That is insane. I mean, I know it's only for 6 hours, but I guess it does help them catch up a bit. But I think that'd probably be the main reason why I lost so much rank so fast, because a lot of people waited to get on the grind after the 6 hour thing. So it's almost like Deadman mode restarted a week in, because now everyone can get up to the stats that everyone a week in has in 6 hours, just about. Which I guess makes it more fair, makes the season more lively. I know I'll probably be coming back because of it, but time for some live commentary. Enough of me rambling. About that, at least. Alright, we've reached the very last bit of molten glass. That puts us up to 28,000 unpowered orbs, 2.4 mil worth. So let me run the calc for that real quick. And let's see, 28,661 times 3 cosmics per. It's going to be 85.9k cosmics. I need to craft another 10k of them, and then probably actually another 20k of them. How much essence do I have? Probably just use up the rest of my essence on cosmics. I don't think I'll save any for astrals, since I'm still pretty good on those. I'll do a big run of astrals and nats before I do my plank make to finally level up construction. I might just do some planks like the regular way at the Woodcutting Guild sawmill. Let me know what you guys think about that. Also, I do kind of feel a little bit more motivated to play Deadman mode now that the death is, in the past. It was a dumb mistake walking into multi. I should have known the multi lines. There's maps of them. There's not really an excuse. But if you guys would like to see some more Deadman mode content, I could get back into it and do a couple PK commentaries and do more than just camping it, because I'm actually losing rank quite rapidly, and getting rank would be a little bit more fun if I went and PK'd after. I could get a bunch of stats, get a bunch of gear. It wouldn't be that bad to rebuild. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. In the meantime, I'll be doing some cosmics and working on the Iron Man. Working on this whole battle staff curse, as I call it, the daily battle stabs from Varrock, up to 17.3k of them. If I run out of money, I guess it's not that big of a deal. I guess I'll just be forced to stop buying them until I finally enchant all of these. Or I could make like a daily batch of 1,000 battle stabs and elk those, and then have money to do it for a couple days more. And do some Deadman mode in the meantime. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Is Deadman mode something you want to see?
or should I just work on the road to max because I'm so close to it? I think next Deadman mode I'll definitely do more into the season. It's just like with my Iron Man, the road to max is just so such a clear path, you know, just a little bit more Slayer, some side skills, some AFK skills, and then prayer and rune crafting and construction. So it's pretty close. But at the same time, Deadman mode is really fun to watch, so I don't know. Let me know what you think. Peace for now, guys.
And coming in with a little bit of XP lamp that gives me 83 prayer. Pretty weird skill to level up during rune crafting, but I was pretty close from everything I did on Fossil Islands, all the lamps from a couple of videos back for those of you that remember that. Hey guys, Herb Quest here. Just finished up with a whole bunch of rune crafting, up to 90k cosmics, and empty the sack. It doesn't empty into the bank, that's odd, like the herb sack does, but 106k cosmic runes. I know I said I was going to craft them all the essence, but I gave up. Well, I didn't really give up, it's just that I have as many as I need for what I'm doing. I only need 90k, and then I'll have an extra 26k on top of that, or 16k rather on top of that, for personal use, just like spellbook swaps and random things I need astrals for without having to worry about wasting them. But I figured I'd shove this live commentary in at the end of the clip here, because I'm going to get started on enchanting all these air orbs next. But I've got a friend coming over later tonight, and we're going to do some Deadman mode together, so I'm going to get this clip out there and get ready to get back into Deadman mode for just a little bit. I've got 3 mil cash here, so that's 3 or 4 days of daily battle stabs, and then I've got to come back to old school and at least start elking them. Oh, I've got some earth orbs here. I can probably actually just clear up these earth orbs to make it an all even air battle staff elk for the time lapse. When I do that, I'll time lapse them all. I still haven't figured out what I want to do when I do the time lapse. I was kind of thinking just farm runs and agility, use up all these herb seeds. Well, not all of them, but some of them at least. But if you guys think I should do metal dragons or something like that instead of agility and elking, let me know, and I'll make a time lapse that you would like to watch. Alright, peace guys. See you soon with a couple more Deadman clips.